tin mine gate. Black flag moving in the rain. He came here with the burning coal. Carried light through the sleet and shale. Hands in the dark, no crown, no gold. Just a match that the wind couldn't hold. He struck that spark in a stormy dawn. And the old red fire kept marching on. Hear that call from the west. Step by step through the mist. Lay it down on the ground. Say Piran, coming now. Say Piran, say Piran. Break the stone, make Cornwall stand. Say Piran, say Piran. Black and white in the marching land. Say Piran, say Piran. Raise that name, let it ring again. By the chapel wall, they still tell how he heard that call. No velvet robe, no jeweled flame, just a hard old faith and a fearless name. Salt on the brow, mud on the shoe. Every rough road led him through. If the ground was cold, he made it known. Cornish hearts were never alone. Hear that call from the west, step by step through the mist. Lay it down on the ground. Say Piran, coming now. Say Piran, say Piran. Break the stone, make Cornwall stand. Say Piran, say Piran. Black and white in the marching land. Say Piran, say Piran. Raise that name, let it ring again. When the tide comes hard and the road runs thin, hold that banner high, let the light back in. Old black hills, new fire found. Say Piran, shake the ground.
Down by the stormy coast where the gulls make their cry, they tell of St. Piran and the hard grey sky. He came with a lamp in hand to the Cornish shore, and the folks still sing his name like they did before. They found him by the fire on a wind-bitten night. A black stone in the flames turned the dark to white. He blessed the mining ground and the fields of tin, with a cross of pure white light shining out from within. Hear the old road hum through the rain and foam. Every chapel stone still calls him home. St. Piran, St. Piran, white cross in the black. St. Piran, St. Piran, you always lead us back. St. Piran, St. Piran, keep the coast in your hand. St. Piran, St. Piran, bless the Cornish land. From Stives to the moor to the harbours below, where the winter seas beat the gullies slow, then raise a toast for him when the long day's done and the white flag flies in the face of the sun. Hear the old road hum through the rain and foam. Every chapel stone still calls him home. St. Piran, white cross in the black. St. Piran, you always lead us back. St. Piran, keep the coast in your hand. St. Piran, bless the Cornish land. When the wind cuts cold and the nets come torn, we sing for the saint who was lost and reborn. From the flame came hope, from the dark came light, and the cross still stands through the longest night. St. Piran, white cross in the black. St. Piran, you always lead us back. St. Piran, keep the coast in your hand. St. Piran, bless the Cornish land. St. Piran, white cross in the black. St. Piran, we call you back.
Black flag in the rain, white cross on the sand, tin in the dark, deep in the hand, sword on the stone, fire in the grave. Cornwall remembers long after dark. Raise it up slow, let the scene know. Old saints don't sleep, they move in the deep. Piran on the shore, Piran on the shore. Turn the tide again. Piran on the shore. Piran on the shore. Hold me close. Piran on the shore. Mine shafts below, cliffs in the wind, bread on the table, home in the skin. Waves keep the score, hearts keep the flame. Every small town sings your name. Raise it up slow, let the sea know. Old saints don't sleep, they move in the deep. Piran on the shore, Piran on the shore. Turn the tide again. Piran on the shore. Piran on the shore. Turn the tide on the shore. and the road runs thin. We light that cross and begin again. Piran on the shore, Piran on the shore. Turn the tide again. Piran on the shore. Piran on the shore. Hold me close, Piran on the shore.
In Cornish sand he set the flame, a coal against the rain. Saint Piran walked the wind-swept hills and called the lost by name. The sea kept watch from limestone bays. The fields stood dark and still. Then mercy rose like morning bread upon the western hill.
Oh, guide us now.
The Raven stone,
Steady hearts and make them warm.
Saint Piran, lead us on. Saint Piran, lead us on. White cross shining through the white dawn. Saint Piran, lead us on. Saint Piran, lead us on. Keep our land in grace and song.
he found the fire in buried stone, where all seemed cold and bare, and taught the folk to tend the light with patient hands and prayer. The mine shaft deep, the harbor path, the chapel door, the field. He blessed the work of common days and made the hard things heal.
Oh, guide us now.
Raven stone,
Steady hearts and make them warm.
Saint Piran, lead us on. Saint Piran, lead us on. White cross shining through the dawn. Saint Piran, lead us on. Saint Piran, lead us on. Keep our land in grace and song.
For every child of rock and foam, for every broken shore,
your name is carried in the bells that ring from door to door.
so let us build with steadfast love and walk the narrow way
Till Cornwall sings with lifted eyes, at last the end of day.
When night Lord, be our light. When waves are high, hold us right.
When hope grows thin, steeped again, Saint Piran, pray for us, amen.
Saint Piran, lead us on. Saint Piran, lead us on. White cross shining through the dawn. Saint Piran, lead us on. Saint Piran, lead us on. Keep our land in grace and song. Saint Piran,
San Piran, San Piran, San Piran, San Piran, San Piran. Ben na nya wa I for a man then. Nobody have him come your head if you gonna be alright. I really gonna be alright for you and birdie when you know it alright. For me, same thing on time receiving come and die. None of you want to right and say if you gonna be alright. I really gonna be alright for you and birdie when you know it alright. For me, San Piran. San Piran, San Piran, San Piran. One day night you were praising time before. I say San Piran down, if you gonna be alright. I really gonna be alright for you one day, even you know it alright. For me. One more day you wanna dance in the car. You wanna move right down the jet if you gonna be alright. I really gonna be alright for you one day, even you know it alright. For me, San Piran, San Piran, San Piran, San Piran, San Piran, San Piran, San Piran.
By the dunes of Cornish shore, where the black rock meets the foam, Piran laid his quiet fire and called the lost ones home.
In the candle of the forge, in the salt and wind and rain, you led the people onward through the darkness into gray.
Lift the banner, lift it high, over cliff and chapel stone. Bless the hands that tend the earth, bless the souls who travel home. Saint Piran, guide us on. Saint Piran, guide us on. Under heaven steady and strong, Saint Piran, guide us on. When the mine shaft took the light, when the tide came cold and deep, you were hope in hammer stroke, you were song in sleep. And the fields grew gold again, and the hearth burned bright with bread. So we praise your steadfast name, and the mercy you have led. Lift the banner, lift it high, over cliff and chapel stone. Bless the hands that tend the earth, bless the souls who travel home. Saint Piran, guide us on. Saint Piran, guide us on. Under heaven
to hold their ground. Teach our voices song.
If we wander, call us back to the fire that will not cease, to the cross upon the field, to the labor, truth and peace. Saint Piran, guide us all. Saint Piran, guide us all. Under heaven, steady and strong. Saint Piran, guide us all. Saint Piran, bless Cornwall. Saint Piran,
Bless Cornwall.
On the cliff road, salt in my teeth. Blackstone chapel, boots on the beat. St. Piran walking where the cold wind bites. Open door open, dark turns to light. Tending the fire, hear it cry. Old coin gleam in the furnace sky. Hands in the ash, we don't bow low. We burn it down just to see it glow. Raise the flag, let it snap. From the mine to the sea we come back. Saint Piran, turn the dark to gold. Saint Piran, hear the whole chorus roll. Saint Piran, in the flame we stand. Saint Piran, black skin, burning land. Engine shakes under granite rain. Wheel marks cut like a waking pain. Hard as the tide on a winter crane. We drag hope up from the deep blue sea. Lantern glare on the wet black road. Old hymn rattles in the load. One small fire in a broken jar. Still it burns like a battle star. Raise that flag, let it snap. From the mine to the sea we come back. Praise Piran, Saint Piran, turn the dark to gold. Saint Piran, hear the whole chorus roll. Saint Piran, in the flame we stand. Saint Piran, black skin, burning Let the walls shake, let the night bend. We were buried deep, now we rise again. From the iron dust, from the ocean spray.
By the blackened cliff and foam, a little saint walked far from home. With a stone and iron cast, he taught the fire to hold fast. He dug his hearth in corn and sand, and blessed the grit with steady hand. Where the tore black smoke rose high, Cornwall heard its name reply. So when the wind came hard and cold, he kept his candle calm and bold, and all the fields from hill to sea turned toward the flame of Piran's Key. Saint Piran, Saint Piran, lead us home again. Saint Piran, Saint Piran, through the rain and fen. Black as coal and bright as day, your cross will find the way. Saint Piran, Saint Piran, lead us home again. At the lane where hawthorn bends, old tin shone in river ends. Miners whistled through the dark, with salt on sleeve and mud on bark. And every child who learned the tale knows hope can stand through storm and gale. A simple cross on white held ground, and all of Cornwall gathered around. So when the tide breaks over stone, and every mouth feels cold and bone, we lift our eyes, we call your name, and walk the ridge beside the flame. Saint Piran, Saint Piran, lead us home again. Saint Piran, Saint Piran, through the rain and fen. Black as coal and bright as day, your cross will find the way. Saint Piran, Saint Piran, lead us home again. Now from the moor to fishing quay, from chapel steps to cane black sea, keep us true when fortunes turn, keep the fire in us that burns. Let the gull cry, let the whetstone ring, let old bells wake when children sing. We are the folk of salt and stone, and you still walk us home. Saint Piran, Saint Piran, lead us home again. Saint Piran, Saint Piran, through the rain and fen. Black as coal and bright as day, your cross will find the way. Saint Piran, Saint Piran, lead us home again. Saint Piran, Saint Piran, lead us home again.
On the cliff road, rain on chrome. Cornwall wakes in a wireframe glow. Black glass sea at the harbor wall. Your name burns under rusted gold. 10 mine ghosts in the fog machine. Salt on my tongue and a broken screen. I hear your steps in the skylight. Saint Paul. Fishermen pray with a glassy stare. Chrome goes cutting through the air. I found your cross in a factory door. Salt white light on the warehouse floor. Every broken thing still sings. When the storm hits the power lines. Under the skin of the old town. Under the cold underground. Carry the cold, carry the flame. Save my name. Save my name. Saint Piran. Saint Piran. Lifting the black rock again. Saint Piran. Saint Piran. Keep my heart in the rain. Saint Piran. Saint Piran. Break the gun with your hand. Saint Piran. Saint Piran. Cornwall in my veins. If I fade, pull me through. If I fall, I on the moored dawn. Black flag in the wind. Salt on the stone. Tin in the cold. Your name on our tongue. Pirate on fire. You brought the dark land back to the light. Hear the rock break. Hear the ground ring. One white cross cutting through rain. From the cliff edge to the deep mine. We lift the yard. We lift the line. Byron, Byron. White cross in the storm. Byron, Byron. Cornwall's on. Black on the banner. Riding up on Byron, lead us on. The gulls wheel hard over broken shafts. Men in the mud with hands like oil. You walk before us, bare feet, no crown. Just a steady heart and a sheltering sound. Hear the rock break, hear the cloud ring. One white cross cutting
Black flag in the rain, white cross on the sand, tin in the dark, deep in the hand, salt on the stove, fire in the grate. Cornwall remembers long after dark. Raise it up slow, let the sea know old saints don't sleep, they move in the deep. Pirate on the shore, pirate on the shore, turn the tide again. Pirate on the shore, pirate on the shore, turn the homie close. Pirate on the shore, mine shafts below, cliffs in the wind, bread on the table, home in the skin. Waves keep the score, hearts keep the flame. Every small town sings your name. Raise it up slow, let the sea know old saints don't sleep, they move in the deep. Pirate on the shore, pirate on the shore, turn the tide again. Pirate on the shore, pirate on the shore, turn the tide again. Pirate on the shore. If the ground turns cold and the road runs thin, we light that cross and begin again. Pirate on the shore, pirate on the shore, turn the tide again. Pirate on the shore. Pirate on the shore, hold the homie close. Pirate on the San Piran, yeah, yeah. San Piran, everywhere I done. San Piran, yeah, the girl and you come. One for the egg and so good. San Piran to on the cliffs by the Tin Mine Gate. Black flag moving in the rain. He came here with a burning coal, carry light through the sleet and shale. Hands in the dark, no crown, no gold, just a match that the wind couldn't hold. He struck that spark in a stormy dawn, and the old red fire kept marching on. Hear that call from the west, step by step through the mist. Lay it down on the ground. Saint Piran coming out. Saint Piran, Saint Piran, Saint Piran. Break the stone, make Cornwall stand. Saint Piran, Saint Piran, Saint Piran. Black and white in the marching land. Saint Piran, Saint Piran. Raise the name, let it ring again. Oh, 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 Saint Piran. Oh, Saint Piran. By the mine shaft, by the chapel wall, they still tell how he heard that call. No velvet robe, no jeweled flame, just a hard old faith and a fearless name. Salt on the brow, mud on the shoe, every rough road led him through. If the ground was cold, he made it known. Cornish hearts were never alone. Hear that call from the west, step by step through the mist. Let